Hello, friends. In 2025, do you think it's worth doing an MBA? Well, AI has completely changed how jobs are done. And do you think you should really consider doing an MBA? Whether you should do 1 year MBA or 2 year MBA, what would be more cost effective? With the ever growing cost, you need to think about it, my dear friends. The outgoing packages have differentiated between colleges, and before now ever than before, you need to consider a lot of aspects and nuances before you step into your MBA journey. Well, friends, I am Rajesh Potuturi. I did my MBA in 2023 from IIM Ahmedabad, and this video is going to help you uncover some of the hard truths and understand whether you need to do an MBA or not. So, MBA provides you an ample amount of opportunities into various domains. And before we get into the reality of the jobs, the various roles offered are sales and marketing, strategy consulting, operations and general management, product program and project management, corporate finance and PVC, and many more. People end up building their own startups as well. Before we get into true return on investment for 1 year and 2 year MBA, let's see some of the stats associated with these MBA colleges. So, if you look at the 1 year MBA story, the most return that you would get if you focus on the blue line, it shows the amount you would actually spend, you would get post MBA, and the light blue color shows the amount that you would spend during the 1 year MBA. For ISB, you would end up spending 39 lakhs. We will discuss more in detail about the real cost, but the cost for 1 year MBA from ISB Hyderabad would be 39 lakhs, but the median package is around 34 lakhs per annum. Similarly, for IIM Ahmedabad PGPX program, the cost of doing MBA is about 32 lakhs, and the outgoing package, median package, is about 35 lakhs, so on and so forth. So, while these numbers just talk about the median, the true picture of 1 year MBA would be more nuanced, and not necessarily everybody would get placed. Like in case of ISB, they provide results only for 80 percentile of the students, meaning they would not provide results about the 20 percentile students of the edge cases. And every year it just happens that while these stories doesn't uncover out, there would be students who would remain unplaced. And not necessarily it is the case with ISB Hyderabad only, it is also case with other MBA colleges as well. In my own batch, if we see the placement report, there was few students. um, I do not recall exact number, but about 4 students were unplaced by the time they completed their MBA. But in couple of months, they did land into job or started their own firm. But the story is not the case like the newspapers would represent, that 100% of the students get placed. Yes, they do get placed, but what we see on papers is not what actually it is, right? So these are the top colleges which are offering 1 year MBA courses and which have been providing results regarding their output in terms of placement reports. And the eligibility criterion for each of these colleges for their 1 year MBA story is little different, which we will discuss in other um, videos. But what we are more interested in this present video is about understanding the total cost of MBA. So if you see the ratio of placement to the total cost spent, it is the least for ISB Hyderabad and highest for SPJIMR Mumbai for their PGMP. Not necessarily this means that um, this is not a comparison factor between ISB or SP Jain. This is just to show that the amount spent and the amount a student gets in terms of their placement offers. In no way I'm saying SPJN is better than ISB or ISB better than SPJN. All I'm saying is the ratio can be seen that typically people from ISB spend more for the outgoing package than other colleges. So, with respect to 2-year MBA, the story is slightly different. The amount spent for FMS Delhi is the lowest, and it provides one of the highest ROI than any other colleges in terms of placements. The dark blue shows the total amount a student gets post MBA, while IIM Ahmedabad do get one of the highest packages. It slightly fluctuates between year on year, and I would typically say IIM ABC, either one of them backs. Most likely it's between Ahmedabad and Bangalore. But if you look at FMS Delhi, the amount spent for the college fees is quite less as compared to other colleges, making it one of the most lucrative and one of the most competitive or most attractive colleges in terms of ROI. So, if you just look at the outgoing packages versus the cost spent, it's like 1200% returns in terms of FMS. But what is the real cost of doing an MBA? Do you think the actual amount that you spend for an MBA is 35 lakhs or 25 lakhs depending on 1 year or 2-year MBA? In reality, it doesn't add up just like that. There would be a lot of other sunk costs, meaning the cost gone that you cannot recover. For example, for a 2-year MBA student, they would lose out on job for 2 years. Say for example, the student before MBA was earning about 10 lakhs. So he lost about 20 lakhs for that particular 2 years. Also, the increment associated, inflation eating away, maybe they would be doing some investments which should give returns. All of this is a lost case. And if you just look at 1-year MBA stats, the MBA cost itself is 35 lakhs. And let's say because this 1-year MBA is for more experienced people, I'm assuming a typical case for a 5-year experienced candidate having 5 lakh as a package. So he would be losing, first of all, he would be shelling out 35 lakhs for that 1 year, losing out 20 lakhs of the salary which he would have got if he or she would not have done MBA, and let's say 5 lakhs of other miscellaneous expenses. Now the total cost of an MBA would come around 60 lakhs per annum. But wait, you also have IIP programs, which is called as International Immersion Program, wherein you go to Europe, interact with other colleges, know and learn from their curriculum as well. But that cost is not added here, and it's not optional for all the colleges. It's mandatory for some of the colleges, and that would shell out another 5 lakhs. So the real cost would be about 65 lakhs per annum. Similarly, for 2-year MBA, the total cost of 2-year MBA, assuming like the student was having 10 lakhs per annum, he would be losing out 2 years of salary, which is 20 lakhs, another 25 lakhs for college fees, and 8 lakhs for other miscellaneous like food and food, boarding, lodging, and other expenses, which is about 53 lakhs per annum. And obviously, the student would lose out on the increment that he or she would have gotten those 2 years, or maybe other opportunities. That could be another maybe 5 to 7 lakhs. So the real cost of 2-year MBA as well is about 55 to 65 lakhs per annum. It's no less than 1-year MBA. However, does this mean it's not worth doing an MBA? Based on the previous graphs and charts, we saw that typical outgoing package is higher than the incoming package. However, that is not the only way we calculate the returns. If you look at the networking aspects of MBA, it's tremendous. Between the peers, between the professors, But I mean, like, you would have CEOs, CXOs visiting to campus and taking classes. I mean, if not classes, interacting with students. I never, in my 30 plus years of life, I never had that kind of opportunity where a CEO was sat in front of me and I was able to ask him a question. When I joined TCS, believe or not, uh, maybe there are 20 layers between me and a CEO or a CXO. I never saw the CEO. But when I was in Ahmedabad, Narayan Murthy, founder of Infosys, I saw him just 2 or 3 feet away. Almost had opportunity to interact, but being a busy man, never got the chance to interact as such. But the point is, that's priceless. Other than that, after working for several years, you would get break from your regular work. For me, it was very much needed. When when I was in IOCL, my work was 6 days a week, and it was quite hectic. And doing an MBA for me was just pure enjoyment, I would say. If not enjoyment, I enjoyed it. Really, it was worth every penny that I spent into MBA. And for quite a lot of people, MBA is actually life transforming experience. You would, as a person, change before and after an MBA. And ask any MBA student from top tier colleges, these points would always and always repeat that they have had a life transforming experience. So, friends, doing an MBA is a personal choice, and whether it's a right decision or not is much more intricate and nuanced and very personal choice. This video uncovers some of the returns, and these are not the only returns. With this video, we hope that we have simplified some portion of your thought process that you might have questions about MBA. If you have more questions or doubts, please do reach out to us at Career Simplified. The link is provided in the description below. Thank you.